Okay, here we go with some hints for sheet 7. Sheet 7 is heavy on the vectors side. Okay, the first question, we have a triangle, and the first thing that we're asked to do with that triangle is we're asked to find the vector A to B. We have a little formula that says that A to B is little b minus little a. So take point B, take point A and subtract them. Okay, similarly you do the same thing for AC. Now for the second part of the question, you have to calculate the length of these vectors. So let's just say that this vector comes out to be 4, negative 4 and 3. If you wanted to work out the length of that vector, so if you wanted to work out what AB with the little horizontal lines are, then you take each of these numbers, the 4, the negative 4 and the 3, square them, add them up and square root. For part C of the question, same triangle, you have to calculate the size of this angle in here, theta. We're going to use the formula that cos theta is equal to the vector AB dotted with the vector AC divided by the length of AB times the length of AC. Now we know from the first part of the question what the vector AB actually is. Okay, the first part of the question told us this vector, and it told us what the vector AC was. So all we need to do is dot them together. So whatever your AB vector and your vector AC vector is, remember the dot product just means you times the first ones, times the second ones, times the third ones and add them up. So you've got a times sum added to a times sum added to another times sum, and then you've got your length of the first vector and the length of the second vector. You can then work out what the angle is. Check your jotter for examples on how to do that. Question 2, straight line work. Find the equation of the altitude through Q. So we want the equation of this line, which makes a 90-degree angle there. So what's the stages? The stages is the first gradient we'll have to work out is HF. Once we've worked out what that gradient is, that'll tell us what the perpendicular gradient is. Then we can use this perpendicular answer with the Q point to get the equation of the line. Then we do the same thing, but we do it for the line through F. So then we need to work out the gradient of HQ, find that, get the perpendicular gradient, and we're going to use this perpendicular gradient with F to get its equation. Simultaneous equations will tell us this point here where they cross. How are you going to do part D? Well, we're going to have to work out the third altitude through H and then substitute that point in. Question 3. If the vectors are perpendicular, then that means the dot product is 0. So we're going to do 2 times negative 2, add on negative 1 times 4, add on k times 2, and that's got to equal 0. So do these sums, 2 times negative 2, negative 1 times 4, 2 times k, and then solve your equation to get k equals. Question 4, collinearity. Prove that these points are collinear. So we need to work out L to M, which is little m minus little l. Then we need to work out M to N, which is little n minus m. And we should be able to spot a connection between these two vectors. Okay, you'll be able to say something like vector L to M is some number times M to N. Okay, remember and write your wee sentence here about being parallel and such like. And then lastly, that number in the front is actually going to give you your ratio. Okay, check your notes. You've done one like that and the notes very, very, very similar. Question 5, show that a line is a tangent to the circle. So we're going to substitute 2x minus 10 in here and 2x minus 10 in here. So we're going to have x squared plus 2x minus 10 squared minus 4x plus 2 lots of 2x minus 10 is equal to 0. Remove all those brackets, factorise, and you should get a situation where both brackets are the same, giving you just one x answer. Because it only cuts in one place, then that means it's a tangent. Okay, be careful when you're doing the question, when you're actually removing these brackets. Make sure you get the signs correct, make sure you get it proper, and then you should just get your one answer coming out. Then the last question, f of g, so the g formula is going to go into the f, so this 2x minus 1 is going to go in here and in here, so you're going to have 2x minus 1 squared minus 2 lots of 2x minus 1. However, note in the question that it's not actually x, we have to use t. So it's not going to be 2x minus 1 that goes in. It's actually going to be 2t minus 1. Okay, you need to put that equal to 0 and solve by factorising. And you'll get two answers, t equals and t equals. Okay, hopefully it helps.